Good afternoon everyone. Today we will start a new paper, that is classical mechanics, in which we will start second chapter, motion in central force field. We will talk about now central force. So where this central force is present, we know that the gravitational force is always a central force. The electrostatic force of attraction between two charges, it is also a, this is suppose one charge, this is another charge, and this is the central force, because this force which is always directed towards the towards or away from the fixed point, so which is always along a line joining the two charges. This force will act along a line joining between the two charges. So because of this we will say this is central force, and which is present in between two charges, which is present in between the earth and sun, all planets, between all planets and sun, and which is also present in between satellites and earth. Okay, so these are the central force, and this is the definition of central force. A force is said to be a central force if it is always directed towards or away from a fixed point, and the magnitude of this force is a function of distance between from the fixed point. So if in case of polar coordinates, suppose this is the force with the distance r, so we know that this force is always a function of distance. So this force is in a function of this distance, which is equal to n cap into fr. What is n cap? Is a unit vector along the position vector r bar, okay, with respect to origin. If suppose this force as a function of r is less than 0, which is attractive force. If suppose this force less than 0, sorry, greater than 0, which is a, this is a repulsive force. Okay, so now this central force, why it is necessary? Because by using this central force we can reduce two body problem into single body problem. So this central force is very important. So let us move further and let us start equivalent one body problem chapter. Suppose let us consider two body problem system. Suppose this is first body and this is the second, having mass m1, this is m2. Okay, the position vector between these two is r bar. Suppose this is origin, and position vector of mass m2 from this the distance of mass m2 from the origin is r1 r2 bar, and from origin the position vector of m1 is r1 bar. This is a two body problem system. Okay, by using head and tail rule, the law of vector addition, head and tail rule, r bar is equal to r1 bar minus r2 bar, we can say this. Okay, or r1 bar is equal to r2 bar plus r bar. Okay, this is the law of vector addition, vector calculus. So this is the equation number 1. If suppose this m1 exerts a force on this m2 and this m2 exerts a force on this m1, let us consider these forces. Suppose F12 bar is the force acting, because this is a two body problem and we are considering here the central force in between two bodies. Okay, so here we will consider the force on this object. This is m12 bar. This is the force acting on m1 due to m2. Let us consider m2 force F21 bar. This is the force acting on m2 due to m1. Okay. According to Newton's third law, the direction of these forces is like this and like this, which are oppositely directed. This is the force of mass m2 due to m1, and this is the force of mass m1 due to mass m2. These are oppositely directed. So according to Newton's third law, these forces, the magnitude of these forces are equal, but direction is opposite. So here we will write F12 bar is equal to minus of F21 bar. Let us say here the equation number 2. Now here some external force will be acting on this mass m1 and mass m2. External force. Okay, so let us consider the external force. Now F1E external, let us say external as a E. F1 bar is equal to m1. This is the external force acting on mass m1, and F2 external is the external force acting on mass m2. Then total force acting on m1 is F1 external plus F12 internal. This is internal force. These are the two forces acting on mass m1. Why this is two forces? Because this m2 exerts a force on m1. This is F12 bar force, and there is a external force is acting on this mass. Okay, this is the external force. So these two forces are acting on mass m1. Okay, so equal to, according to the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So this is the force, and we will write is in the form of mass and acceleration. So mass is m1 and this acceleration is d2r1 by dt square. This is the acceleration of acting on mass m1. Now, or we will write equation m1 d2r1 by dt square is equal to f1 external plus f12 internal force. Okay, now here this equation is equation 3, and m2, the total force acting on m2 is d2r by dt square. Here bar is equal to f2 external plus f21 bar internal. So this is the equation 4. Okay, so now equation number 4. Okay, so multiply equation 3 by m2 and equation 4 by m1. So let us multiply above equations and we will get m1 m2 d2r1 bar by dt square is equal to m2 f1 2 bar internal plus m2 f1 external. This is the equation 5. Now let us consider equation 4 and multiply by m1. So this equation is m1 m2 d2r2 bar by dt square is equal to f21 bar internal m1 plus m1 f F2 external. This is the equation number 6. Subtract equation 6 from 5. So let us subtract here. Let this equation will become m1 m2 into d2 r1 bar by dt square minus m1 m2 d square r2 bar divided by dt square is equal to m2 into f1 2 bar internal minus m1 f2 1 bar internal plus m2 f1 bar external minus m1 f2 bar external. So this is the equation. Now if we rewrite this equation taking common m1 m2, so in bracket m1 m2 d2 r1 bar minus dt square minus d2 r2 bar by dt square. This is the acceleration. So here equation is m2 f1 2 bar minus m1 of f2 1 bar internal plus m2 f1 external minus m1 f2 external. But we know that these forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Minus of f2 1 bar internal. So and we know that r bar is equal to r1 bar minus r2 bar. Let us put here r1 minus r2 as a r. So now this equation is here d2 r divided by dt square is equal to d2 r1 bar minus dt square minus d2 r d square r2 bar by dt square. So we will write as instead of this we will write d2 r by dt square. So here this equation will become m1 m2. Instead of this we will write d2 r by dt square is equal to m2 f1 2 bar internal plus m1 f2 1 bar f1 2 bar इथं मी पुट केलं, इथं मायनस आहे ना, ह्याच्या व्हॅल्यू काय आहे ही पुट केली. काय केलं पुट m2 f2 1 बार इंटरनल प्लस m1 इंटू f1 2 बार इंटरनल प्लस m1 m2 ह्याच्याऐवजी पुट केलं. हे इथं आपण रिलेशन सांगितलं तसं इथं पुट केलं m1 m2 प्लस m1 m2 इंटू f1 बार एक्सटर्नल डिवाइडेड बाय m1 इंटू f2 बार एक्सटर्नल डिवाइडेड बाय m2. आपण ह्याच्यावरनं तर f आपल्याला लिहायचं असेल तर ॲक्सेलरेशन लिहायचं असेल तर f अपॉन m आपण लिहितो, त्याच्या फॉर्ममध्ये लिहिलं ते. नाव m1 m2 d2 r bar by dt square is equal to m1 plus m2. कॉमन काढूयात f1 2 bar इंटरनल प्लस m1 m2 in bracket f1 bar external divided by m1 into minus f2 e divided by m2. This is the equation number 7. f1 external is equal to m1 a1, force acting on mass m1 according to Newton's second law of motion, and external force on m2 is m2 a2. Okay, so in other words this F1 external bar divided by M1 is A1, that is d2r1 bar by dt square, and this is the F2 external divided by M2 is equal to d2r2 bar by dt square. Acceleration. Suppose consider this body is rigid body. Suppose this is the two masses M1 and M2. Suppose this is rigid body. This mass having acceleration 1, this is the acceleration 2, this mass having acceleration 2, and this masses will move with same acceleration. So here this acceleration is equal to A1 acceleration of this mass M1, this is the acceleration of mass M2, these are the equals. So suppose if we consider this is the rigid body, then this masses will move with the same acceleration. Okay, so here this will is equal, this acceleration will equal to this acceleration. So this is F1 external bar divided by M1 is equal to F2 external bar divided by M2. Okay, and again we will rewrite this equation. F1 E bar divided by M1 minus F2 E bar divided by M2 is equal to 0. So this force in between these two masses, this forces acceleration will 0, and this two bodies will convert into one body problem. This body problem, two body problem is converted into the single body problem if this central force is equal to 0. Okay, so now suppose this is the equation number 8, and now using equations 8 and 7, M1 M2 d2r by dt square is equal to M1 plus M2 into F12 bar. Okay, this is an internal. Therefore F12 bar is equal to M1 M2. This equation becomes, when we put this value is equal to 0 in this equation, so this all term becomes 0. Okay, so this equation will become like this. After that F12 bar external, this F12 bar internal force is equal to M1 M2 divided by, we will take this equation here, M2. Suppose we will calculate this value. Suppose we are considering this equation in the form of this force. So now let us calculate this force by using this equation. So this M1 M2 will divide here. So this M1 into M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into d2r bar by dt square. Okay, so what is this? Is the acceleration. So I am writing, this is the double derivative of this r, so I am writing this r bar double dot. Okay, so here F12 bar is equal to M1 into M2 divided by M1 plus M2. Instead of this I am writing this acceleration, and we have the relations, force of F12 bar is equal to minus of F21 bar. So these are the forces. So we will write this force as this force. Okay, so now F bar is equal to M1 M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into R bar double dot. Okay, R bar double dot. But this is the mu reduced mass. When we convert two body problem into single body problem, this is the reduced mass. Okay, so this will be the reduced mass when this, by using central body problem, by using central force, this two body problem will convert into single body problem. So this is the reduced mass. due to the central force. This is the force is equal to mu r bar. Okay, so now when whole system of two body problem is converted into the single body problem, and this is the force. Okay, so now we have considering here, this is the m1 and this is m2, and this is the origin, distance is r bar, this is r1 bar, this is r2 bar. And when the two body problem is converted into single body problem, this is the position of center of mass, and r bar is the position vector of the center of mass from the origin. Okay, so this is the position vector with respect to origin, r bar. Okay, so this is the position vector r bar. So this is the m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the position vector. This position vector coincides with origin. So when we convert two body problem into single body problem, let us consider here the position of center of mass. And when we consider the reduced mass, this point of position of the center of mass will move जर आपण रिड्यूस्ड मासच्या फॉर्ममध्ये कन्सिडर केलं तर हा सेंटर ऑफ मासचं पोझिशन इकडे तिकडे शिफ्ट होऊ शकते. ज्या साईडला जास्त मास आहे त्या साईडला ती काय होऊ शकते, शिफ्ट होऊ शकते पोझिशन. ओके, सो हियर दिस इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ रिड्यूस्ड मास. when the m1 is greater than m2, then this reduced mass will become m2 divided by 1 plus m2 upon m1. ओके, दिस m2. आता m1 इज ग्रेटर दॅन m2 आहे म्हटल्यानंतर इथं येईल 1. ओके, म्हणजेच काय येईल, रिड्यूस्ड मास किती कुणाच्या बरोबर असेल, m2च्या. म्हणजे तो जो इथला सेंटर ऑफ मासचा पॉईंट आहे तो m2च्या साईडला काय होईल, शिफ्ट होईल. परत r इज इक्वल टू आपण काय करूया, r1 अपॉन m2 कन्सिडर जर केलं प्लस r2 अपॉन जर m1 असेल तर कंडिशन आपल्याला माहिती आहे m1 इज ग्रेटर दॅन m2, देन इट इज इक्वल टू r1 अपॉन m2 प्लस 0. हे 0 होईल आणि म्हणून कारण m1 लार्ज आहे, m1 लार्ज आहे म्हणून काय ते काय होईल, 0 होईल आणि m2 स्मॉल आहे म्हणून r इज इक्वल टू काय होईल, r1. r इज इक्वल टू काय होईल, r1 होईल. So this is the equivalent one body problem. So by using this reduced mass, by using central force, we will reduce the two body problem into single body problem. So thank you.